May we all be as comfy as this guy. Ugh, living the dream. And so are we, because we're about to do some chair yoga, so welcome to practice. I'm Kelly, thanks for joining me. Let's see here. I have the Power Thought cards by Louise Hay, and they're one of my favorite cards to pull when I am looking for a positive affirmation and intention before starting class, before starting my day. So I'll give them a good shuffle, and as I pull a card for our conscious collective, I begin now, today, to open myself to ever-increasing prosperity. My income is constantly increasing, is what it says on the other side. So cute. I'll take it. I'm sure you will too, so let's have a very prosperous class. Go ahead and grab your seat, maybe your dog, your coffee. And we'll start lifted off the back side of your seat. You'll find your feet all the way nice and solid, webbed, suction cupped onto the floor. Take a look at them. Knees stacked over your ankles. Shoulders will stack over your hips. Proud to be here. Relax through the shoulders, the jaw. Little tuck of the chin in towards your chest. What I would call arriving to your practice space, giving your physical body, your mind, your spirit some time to settle in to a sacred bubble, if you will. When you're practicing at home, sometimes it can feel like you're still at home when you want to transform yourself into a yoga studio. There's something about occupying a new environment that really helps the synapses of our brain know that we have entered a sacred space to practice yoga and to focus on mind and body connection. And when we start working, playing, doing yoga, so many things start to overlap in the same room, the same environment. It takes a bit more time, a bit more intuition and trust and meditation and breath to arrive into your yoga space. So all those worries about the past and the future, we let them go the best we can. And when they pop up, acknowledge that your mind has drifted. Be proud that you've noticed. Back to the pranayama. Pranayama is breath. Lean back, breathe in, and open mouth, exhale. Let's take 5 rounds of breath at your pace. Where can you soften? Somewhere in your thighs, your calves, your feet. Where can you let go? We'll drop our ear down to one shoulder and hold. If you have a loved one that can stand behind you, have them press into your shoulders. This is a great way to keep your shoulders nice and square. Back to center. As you exhale, we'll switch sides. No need to use force as you keep letting your head go. You've got each breath to allow you to have a new opportunity to let go. So when you breathe in, you're thinking about your neck nice and long, your loved one's pressing into your shoulder. As you exhale, the head's letting go. Keep nice sleepy eyes. Come back to center. If you have any artificial light going on right now, you ought to turn it off. If you are able to do so, have a little bit less lamps and fake light going on. If you're practicing in the daytime, just open up a window. And then you'll turn your palms inside out. So create a basket and push them towards the front of the room. You're still rounding your spine. Push, push, push. Look down at your belly button. 3, 2, and 1. Sit up nice and tall. Puff the chest up. Look forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Arch to one side. If this is too sensational for you, go ahead and hold on to your forearms. I'll take this variation with you. You're pressing into your right foot. Come out of the pose, back to center. As you exhale, switch sides. And chin turns up towards the elbow. Your left foot is pressing into the floor. Back to center, inhale. You'll bow forward as you exhale. Look down to the floor. Lift the elbows a bit higher. If you have your basket, it's a gentle basket. It's a grip of life. Your fingers are in pain. Come back to center. Arms will sweep overhead. Feel the warmth in your body. And breath out, hands will drop down to the sides. We're going to be taking some core work, so first turn on over to one side, it doesn't matter which one, and be sure that you can trust and rely on your chair. So there's no wheels, it's not going to flop over if you move around a bit. Find something that you can sit on with trust and faith. And then you also have the back side of your chair to hold on to. I'm going to get into the pose holding on to the back side of the chair. So use your hand, lean back, and we'll take boat pose, my squeaky little chair. You're lifting your feet off of the mat. Use as much of your chair as you need to try to lift your feet off of the floor. And then instead of having a round spine, nice flat back. And you're happy to be here, right? So proud that you're here at yoga. Reach your arms out in front of you. If you're feeling unsure, if you lose your balance, rock forward, take a breath out, and challenge yourself. No momentum, just leaning back. Use your natural weight to lift your feet off of the mat. You can keep a bend in your knees. You can also hold on to your chair and look forward. Proud to be here. Yes, we're still in the pose. Let's hold. And breath out. Your feet will drop down to the mat. So we'll try to hold each boat pose for about 6, 7 rounds of breath all together. If you're able to come on up to standing, I'd do so. Quick breath in, press the hips forward, arms will sweep overhead. And as you exhale, we're coming back down into our seat. If you ever wanted to stay in your seat, just use the arms. Inhale, breath out to drop down. You're going to take your hand that can reach the front side of your chair, and you'll start to gently lean over the back side. So you should feel a stretch right away from your shoulder to your ear. Your hand here is just to hold you accountable. So you could also hold on to your hip to get the stretch, but if you're able to grip the chair, you can do what you like with the chin, up or down. Back to center we go. Be sure that you aren't dizzy. If you are, just find a focal point, spend some time there, then join us back at the center. I'll see you at the front of your chair. Go ahead and take a really wide stance, and your knees are just about over your ankles. Really long spine. No rounding in the spine. Breathe out and fold as forward as you can. Hands, you can do thighs. You can reach down to the floor, and you're allowed to change your mind. So give yourself some time to try some things out, and then tune me out and look down at the floor. Active breath. Your breath is your filtration system. Every time you breathe in, you are filling up, you're getting taller, and as you exhale, you're filled with gratitude that you're able to let some stuff go. Arms will sweep overhead. I'll see you in your seat. One of my favorites. Let's bring arms nice and wide like a T, and you'll take a few taps towards the floor. You're striving for the floor. You don't have to tap it. I'm a very long lady, so let's take a few rounds. Why do I mention my height while guiding you? Well, we learn yoga through mimicking behavior with one another, and it's important to learn through the self first, and then you can kind of assess where others' bodies and how they work in the pose. So I'm about 6'1", so I'm very tall, and I have a wide wingspan, I have a wide stance. If you're trying to mimic how deep I can go and you're in pain, be proud that you've noticed. How could you modify? You could bring your hands to heart center. Let's all take it together. A bit closer of the legs together. And you're going to keep both cheeks on your chair as you bob side to side. One more round. Once you reach the center of the mat, press your left foot into the floor, lift your right foot off of the mat, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot down to the mat. We switch sides. Left foot lifts off of the floor. You have equal weight in both cheekbones. Still breathing. Little tuck of the chin. 2 and 1. Foot down to the floor. Let's turn to the other direction. Find your chair pose. Off to the side for now. And when you're ready to lift your feet off the mat, we'll take it away. Take what you need. You're going to mimic what you did on the other side. So if you gripped onto the chair, grip onto the chair. Off we go. Feet off of the floor. And lean back, so no round spines. Puff up the chest. Hold yourself accountable. One arm can reach out in front of you. If you need a bit more of a challenge, straighten the legs best you can. We hold here. I'd say we're at 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down to the mat. You're welcome to take a fold here. Option to come up to standing. Breath in, arms can sweep overhead. Press the hips forward. And as you breathe out, take a seat on down. If you are realizing that this is a great sequence for your low back. If your spine is really happy from doing these movements, this is the perfect sequence to take before you start your day. It's not a full-blown cardio workout, right? It's setting you up for success for pain management, chronic pain management. If any of you are stuck in the seat for long periods of time, we must make it more pain-free and accessible. And a chair is a great way to get to know what your body needs. So check in with how you're doing, how your body feels. Grip the chair and you'll hang off of the back side. Your hand is dangling and relaxed and your chin can travel. And back to center we will go, nice and slow. First look forward, then we will turn to the front of the mat. Arms are going to open nice and wide like a T, palms will face towards you. This is our archer's pose. Take your left hand and bring it to your heart. And if you have ever drawn a bow in archery, you'll look to the right and you'll use your left fingertips like you're really pulling back a string if you'd like to even get the thumb going. You're looking to the right and then you'll breathe in, you'll lift the hand and you'll keep breathing and pressing your right cheekbone into the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. Let's switch sides. Right hand into the chest, left hand nice and long. Reach for what you can. Any bend in your elbow is just fine. You're striving for a long arm. Look to the right. Breath in, hand up to the sky. How's your left side doing? Sink it into the chair. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. Both hands in towards the chest. And from here, chin down towards the chest. Breathe out. Chin up. Breath in. Chin down. Exhale. Last one. Breath in. Chin down. Exhale. Looking down, reach down for your chair and grab onto the arms or the legs, and with your hands gripping on, you will roll your chest up towards the sky, chin up towards the sky. We open the heart. 3, 2, and 1. Begin to fold forward, eyes look down to the floor. Hands drop down to the floor, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your neck relax, no need to whip your neck around and see where we're going. Have some trust, I'm folding with ya, let the head go. If your halo was sitting on the floor, the crown of your head is getting plugged into your halo, if you will. You can think of a nice saucer sitting down on the floor and your head resting in it. Visualize that connection, and then you'll lead with the crown towards the front of the room, then up to the sky. We come out of the pose. Arms sweep overhead. Take a breath in. And hands to heart center as you exhale. Breath in, sweep the arms overhead. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, breathe in. Breath out, we meet in prayer pose. Anjali Mudra, tuck the chin. May you be able to take this sacred and moving meditation with you for the rest of your day. Clear and conscious communication, compassion, and a whole lot of prosperity. We will take it. The light and teacher in me is honored to guide the teacher and light in you as we bow forward. Namaste. From your seat, you can drop your hands and thank yourself for the discipline that it takes to arrive on the mat and to arrive on time. So thank you for practicing with me and the sleepy guy, and I will see you next time.